think you might be muted.
Oh, all that talking for nothing.
I thought maybe it was
As
on my
usual,
end.
No, usual operator Aaron, I'm the operator. So, since the time I wrote my article to right now, ownership went bananas. Like, everybody knows this 10 game slate, right? Like, there's more than like 2 pitchers on this slate. Doesn't feel that way, Smitty.
No, it don't.
All right. So, I'm just going to get into it because I got to talk about it. I said this early in the season, and I will continue to stand by this. I refuse to pitch a 35% Lance Lynn. I don't care who it's against. I refuse to do it. It's 85 degrees in St. Louis tonight. The ball, I get they're using the ball. The ball's going to jump. If I lose to a 35% Lynn, I lose to a 35% Lynn, even against the Rockies. Like, he's $7,400, so he's super owned. And I think he's going to end up higher owned than Crochet at this rate, which is batshit crazy to me. Where are you going with Lynn today?
I'm getting to some Lynn, but I'm underweight on him right now.
Yeah, I can't. I literally can't wrap my head around it. I will play some Rockies to battle that ownership. Like, it's just like that's how you get that's how you really take down the bigger contests is, get these 2 high owned pitchers, leverage against them, and go there. I ate the chalk on Boston yesterday, which was nice. Unfortunately, now everybody has seen Crochet's stats since the end of April after those couple bad games, and him and Lynn are pretty much tied at ownership at this point. I mean, I want some exposure. I'd like it. I'm going to have some. I just like him to be a little bit. I'd just be happier for his less. But against that Boston lineup, I like Crochet today.
Yeah, he's just too cheap. I have a ton of him right now. I'm about, I don't know, I have over the field. He's the pitcher I probably feel most confident about on the slate.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm just going to eat it and just be done with it. And like, it's just, and everybody knows I hate playing higher owned guys in single entry and 3 max, but I just can't pass up. Like, I can't pass up that lineup. Like, I mean, the Sox are even starting Westbrook tonight. Like, that bottom of that lineup's a little ugly. So I'll take Crochet in that K upside. What do you think of Bassett versus the A's?
I like Bassett. I'm around the field on him right now, so no strong lean, but I think he looks pretty good.
Agree. I like his $8,300 price. If I'm going to go down into like that lower, cheaper range, like I'm going to go Webby, Lorenzen, and I'm going to probably, my only issue with both those guys is just neither team strikes out a ton. That's just my issue there. I liked Lodolo a little more earlier. The guy I'm like getting to in that mid price range is Bryce Miller because nobody's throwing him. Like, I love him at 1%. You give me 1 or 2% ownership because nobody wants to spend the $8,500 on him today. I kind of like that spot.
Yeah, I have 5% of him right now. I really like Lodolo today too. I'm about double the field on him, and then the other pitcher I'm getting to is Michael King. I kind of like both pitchers in that game a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm liking Yoshi a little more without Soto in the lineup tonight. I like him a little better there. Like that gets, some K upside right now. They got to start like Grisham instead, or, like they're, DJ starting like, so if I'm really going to spend that money, I don't hate going Yoshi. All he's got to do is, I just think he's just got to pitch around Judge, right? As long as literally just get him the bond strip, and I don't even care if they walk him, just don't pitch to him and move on. You going to try to get any steal today at, the Great American Small Park?
I like, I don't mind him just because of his price. Right now I have 8%, so I'm I'm around the field. I think he looks all right, but I still don't think he's been himself yet.
Yeah, and I agree. So and really for me that next year, like I said, I like Lorenz in there. The Giants, who they're running out, they have a little higher K rate today with the lineup they ran out. So I don't mind going there. Again, I like Bryce Miller. Right, you know, they just got guys. The middle of the lineup K's. So at the same time, though, you know, he's been great against righties. He hasn't been great against lefties. I'm not going against Lynch, even though it's the Cariners. I'm not really liking there. What are you gonna do with Framber today?
I'm probably not playing him.
Yeah, I liked him a little more earlier. Now that I'm watching ownership, I'm liking him a little less now. So, I don't hate going there. I just think there's better options, especially in 3 max.
Yeah.
And then same, right? I'm not messing with Harris. And then the Padres just don't K, so there's really no upside for me throwing Fott. I like King and GPP, but again, the D-backs just don't strike out enough for me. So like I'd have some leverage with him because of his 8K price, but that's where I'm going. Pitching wise today, I'm keeping it pretty condensed.
Yeah, that's about where I am.
Yeah, I think that's why when I'm looking at ownership, I'm shocked a little bit. All right. Dodgers, Yankees. I want some access to the Dodgers. Again, you just can't full stack them at their price. Give me a couple of the big bats, one or two on the smaller side for me today.
Yeah, that's about where I am too. I don't have a ton of exposure. It's mainly just exposure to Ohtani and Betts, just mixing them in lineups where I can fit them.
Yep, same. I like the Cubs and the Reds today. I like both sides of that lineup. I like the Reds more than I like the Cubs. I don't hate that bottom half of the Cubs lineup's kind of gross today. But up top Suzuki, they put Wisdom at leadoff versus the lefty. Keep in mind they'll pinch hit his ass. So if you hit him, you need to hopefully they get the 3 at bats. But I like the Cincy side against Steele. They don't, who they got in today doesn't care a ton. And what I like is like Espinal's $2,300 at third base, right? Like I like that he gives some salary savings. Fairchild's leading off. He's only $2,900. Stevenson's only $3,700. They open up the doors to get Shohei or Mookie and some of these bigger bats today for me.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I think I'm going to go Reds in my single entry as my main stack and then fill it in with some stud bats. The only thing about the Reds is the pinch hit risk, but that's all right at their prices. They're fine.
Yeah, that's, again, right. India's only $3,600. I don't hate Frito, but again, just like he said, keep in mind they're going to pinch hit him. I'm not touching the Guardians, Marlins, and single entry. That game they can keep that down in Miami and do whatever with it. 7.5 total. I'm good.
Yeah, it's a terrible park. I don't have a ton of interest other than getting to a little bit of Jazz and min price leadoff second baseman for Xavier Edwards.
Yeah, I can see that. And same. I'm not really interested in Texas or the Giants today from a batting standpoint.
No, it's mainly I'm getting to Soler, and that's pretty much it.
The Mariners Royals have a little higher total. So while I like Miller, I don't hate getting to the Royals. I also don't hate some of the Mariners today either.
Yeah, it's a good park for offense. I don't know if I trust the Mariners, but I am getting to a little bit. I mainly like getting to Dylan Moore. I'm more on the Royal side of it. I like Bobby Witt, and I like Nelson Velasquez, MJ Melendez. All of them, they got pretty reasonable prices. I like getting there.
Yeah, like that. I agree. That's a spot to go. if you want to put a Sox lineup against Crochet just because he's going to be the highest owned pitcher on the slate, I won't hate you for it. The total's only 8. I like Crochet. And the Sox are the Sox. That K rate is atrocious. I'm just not going to the White Sox.
No, I wouldn't. And just a few. I have some Robert and Jolks, but that's basically it.
I am going to get to McMahon today from the Rockies just for leverage on BB. Again, give me a fly ball pitcher, little wind blowing out. It's 85 degrees in St. Louis. Right, he's going to leave one up. McMahon's going to tattoo one on him. I actually like the card side. Wins should be batting leadoff tonight if he is. I love him at $3,200. If they get Herrera, top 5. Again, give me some exposure versus Gomber at $3,300. So I'll be interested to see the lineup they put out today.
That's where I'm at too. I've been waiting on the Cardinals lineup because I'm considering going them as my secondary stack in my main team, but I haven't fully decided. They're cheap. If Wynn's leading off, he'll probably be in my lineup for sure.
Yeah, and then speaking of cheap for the money today, the Astros for me are just mispriced. Like, I just think the Astros are should be way more expensive. They've come up in ownership since this morning when I wrote my article. They're really cheap. It's why I like the Reds a little more. But if you want leverage, get them on the small side. I think you can. But again, Tucker's back. Jordan's only 53. Bregman's only 4,100. Pena's dirt cheap today. Yanni's $3,500. Hard for me to not throw against them in that atrocious ass pin.
Yeah, Jordan should never be under 6K. I don't really know why he's 5,300, but I would say he's probably one of the best plays on the slate, and ownership's probably going to reflect it, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I get it. I'll just eat it there. I'll mix and match in there. I'm not really going to the Angels. They've cooled off. I don't hate Pilar, right? If you're going to go there, he's only $4,300, right? He's crushed lefties this season. Right. It just depends, right? Which Framber shows up. Does the elite Framber show up, or does bipolar Framber show up, and who knows what we get? So, but I do like that side. I don't really have any interest in the D-backs or Padres batch just because the total's 7. I'm just not going to go there. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, it's low total. Just get me out of the way. I'm undecided on the A's. I don't hate the Blue Jays. They just listen, Oakland's a good Coliseum. The old Coliseum's good to hit in. The wind's blowing out a little bit. If you want a late swap, you can have a couple, Blue Jays in and look at ownership. But again, the total's only 8 here. I'm interested to see their lineup, but I'm not in love with the Jays today.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. They're just the kind of like the same as the Mariners. They're just hard to trust, even in good spots. They just seem to fail more than they should.
Yeah, let's look at some individual ownership now. Let's see who's getting owned right now. Good grief, Shohei. So, yeah, I mean, so here's a good pivot, guys. If you want to talk about a way to pivot, right? Shohei and Mookie are 2 highest owned on the slate right now. Pivot to Tucker and Jordan, right? Bregman's up there. Altuve's up there. If you want to get a different pivot, go there, right? Get down a little bit in ownership there. They're way up there. Yeah, I mean, Houston picked up a bunch of ownership. I love the Reds ownership. I think per dollar, they're probably the best value on the slate today. Right. Again, like I talked about earlier, Espinal's super cheap, Fairchild. I don't mind, right? If you can run a 5-1 and come back with Wisdom, right? Like, and you can play Ellie, and then you spent no money. Like, you can run Fairchild, Espinal, Stevenson, like Steer, Ellie, right? Come back with Wisdom. You can get a stack on that game. And then I think you can bring whatever batch you want in after that. How you feeling on that?
Yeah, that's about where I am too. I don't even mind throwing in Dunn, just a min price.
Yep.
Going with the Reds that's probably where I'm going to end up.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if I don't end up there. Like, I really like that spot for him. I would like to make a formal protest for the man, Mr. Moonshot Mike, that we did not get to see Tim Anderson versus J. Rom 2. Bowed out like Tyson versus Jake Paul. Has bereavement leave. If it's actual bereavement, I'm sorry. Losing someone sucks, but pretty interesting that it happened right then, So Mike's had fun with it in Discord today. Who's your anybody else you like, lower price guys you like today?
Let's see. I like Fairchild. We kind of already talked about that. Let's see who else. Xavier Edwards is another one.
Herrera for me. Same. I like some of those cheaper guys today. I just think there's some value there. I don't hate Burleson. I mean, he's going to get ownership. Ramos has just cooled off a little bit for me. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm going. I'll probably end up in there somewhere. Oh, we got.
I kind of like some of the A's cheaper bets too.
Oh, we got a Seattle lineup. Let's see if they can change my mind. I don't think they will. Let's go. They did not change my mind. Right? It's more. Garver's still too cheap at catcher. If you want a punt catcher, Garver's nice at $2,900. He kind of smacks lefties. You could go more in Garver there, but I don't love that lineup.
No, they are cheap, but that's about it.
Yep. So, you playing the early slate today?
I played one lineup in it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to.
I haven't built it yet, but
yeah, I haven't had a chance to do it today. I'm not going to get there. Yeah, those are the guys I see today. I'm just going to keep my pool condensed, and I know this is a baseball show, but I'm disappointed in Jordan Spieth. He's costing me from cashing, not just cashing, from taking down my underdog today. I should have had it. So I hate playing Spieth. He's the Cardinals to me. All right, who's your moonshot
showdown lineup today?
Yeah, I'm disgusted.
I'm going with.
Who are you going with
today? I'm going to go with Nelson Velasquez.
Oh, I like it. All right, I'm sticking with my boy McMahon. Give me big bastard. 86 degrees. He's going to be huffing and puffing. He's going to lay one up there. McMahon's going to tattoo one out tonight. So that's again, it's warm here. I'm in Missouri right now. It's warm. So we'll take advantage of that. So we'll see you guys in chat. Let's see. We got any comments here? Yeah. What's up, D? Let's go have a good night. Let's cash, and we'll see everybody soon.